Everyone's been talking about AI for the past few years. But lately, there's another word coming up more and more: quantum computing. And if you've been curious about it as an investment, you're not alone. Today, we're breaking down exactly what quantum computing is, why people are paying attention right now, and which ETF we actually bought. Quick reminder, this is our personal experience, for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Let's get into it.
Okay, what even is quantum computing?
So you know how a regular computer works with bits, zeros, and ones?
Yeah?
Quantum computers use qubits, and a qubit can be a 0 and a 1 at the same time. It's called superposition.
Wait, at the same time?
At the same time, which means a quantum computer can process a massive number of possibilities simultaneously. Problems that would take a supercomputer thousands of years, a quantum computer could solve in minutes.
What kind of problems?
Drug discovery is a big one. Developing a new drug takes 10 to 15 years and billions of dollars. Quantum computing could speed that up dramatically. And then there's encryption, financial modeling, logistics, climate modeling.
So it touches everything.
Exactly. Think of AI as the software revolution. Quantum computing is the hardware revolution underneath it.
Okay, that makes sense. Is this actually happening now or still science fiction?
It's happening now. IBM, Google, Microsoft, they all have quantum computers. And just recently, the White House committed $2 billion to quantum computing development.
2 billion?
$2 billion. When governments start writing checks that big, it means the technology is real. And the market is growing fast. The quantum computing market is already worth over $2 billion in 2026. And some forecasts put it at over $18 billion by 2034. We're in the early window, like how AI felt in 2020.
If you'd invested in an AI ETF back then,
You'd be very happy right now. Quantum computing is in that same spot.
I want in, but I almost bought individual stocks again.
But you've been burned before.
Yeah, so ETF only.
Smart. So if you want quantum computing exposure through an ETF, there are two main options: QTUM, the Defiance Quantum ETF, and WQTM, the Wisdom Tree Quantum Computing Fund. Both are in US dollars. No Canadian version exists yet.
What's the difference?
QTUM has been around since 2018. Expense ratio 0.40%. It covers quantum, but also AI and machine learning. So it's broader.
And WQTN?
Launched October 2025. More focused. Just quantum. Hardware, software, infrastructure. Co-developed with a company called Classique, a leader in quantum software. Expense ratio 0.45%.
So QTUM is broader. WQTM is more targeted.
Exactly. And here's the thing. If you already hold QQQM, QTUM overlaps a lot. Microsoft, Alphabet, big tech you're already exposed to. WQTM gives you more pure play quantum without that double up.
That's why I went with WQTM.
Pure play means companies where quantum is their core business, not just a side project. WQTM mixes those pioneers with larger tech companies that are heavily investing in quantum.
More of a conviction play.
Exactly.
So what's actually inside it?
Around 40 holdings total. The top ones are IonQ at 6.92%, Rigetti at 5.57%, Intel at 5.27%, D-Wave at 5.17%, and Quantum Computing Inc. at 3.77%.
So mostly pure play quantum companies, not just big tech.
Right. IonQ, Rigetti, D-Wave, These are companies that exist specifically because of quantum computing. That's very different from QTUM, which holds more household names,
So you are betting on the smaller, earlier companies.
with some bigger names mixed in for stability. That's the balance.
Okay, but what's the risk?
This is early stage technology. These companies could take years to become profitable. The ETF will be volatile. It can drop 30–40% and come back. You have to be okay with that.
So not for your emergency fund.
Definitely not. This is money you don't need for at least 5 to 10 years.
So how do Canadians actually buy this?
Through Questrade or Wealthsimple. But here is the catch. WQTM is traded in US dollars on a US exchange, so you have to convert your Canadian dollars.
Which means conversion fees. On Wealthsimple, you're paying a 1.5% fee on the way in and on the way out, unless you pay for a USD account.
Right. That's why Questrade is sometimes better for this specific play. You can hold US dollars directly in your TFSA, RRSP, or FHSA, so you aren't constantly getting hit by those conversion fees every time you buy or sell.
That's actually why I use both platforms, but that's a whole other video. How much should someone put in?
Keep it small, 2 to 5% of your portfolio max. Your core is still XEQT. This is just a satellite bet.
Not your core, your conviction play.
Exactly. XEQT does the heavy lifting. It gives you thousands of companies globally. WQTM is the highly concentrated bet on what's next for technology.
So, who is this for?
Someone who already has their core ETF sorted. You're investing consistently, you understand the basics, and you have a little room to take on more risk without losing sleep. This is absolutely not your first investment.
So, if you're just starting out,
start with XEQT. Get that foundation solid first. Let that compound. Then revisit something like WQTM later down the road.
And if you already have XEQT and want to add something different,
then this is worth considering. Just keep the allocation small and your expectations realistic. This is a multi-year horizon. It could take a decade to really play out. So, quantum computing is early, it's real, and the window is open right now. If you're ready to add a small conviction bet beyond your core, WQTM is worth a look.
Just don't go buying individual quantum stocks, hoping to pick the one winner. That's how I almost made the same mistake again.
ETF, small allocation, long time horizon.
That's the move. If you're still figuring out where to even start investing in Canada, we've got a video on that. Link is up here.
And if you haven't seen our last video on why waiting for the perfect moment will keep you poor, link's up here too.
New video every week. See you in the next one.